welcome back to the Chatty Chairwoman. Thank you so much for stopping by. I know that you can enjoy your break, your reality check-in, your tea, your news, your views, anywhere in these YouTube streets, but you stopped by the boardroom. Thank you, board members. So I tuned in to Reality with the King. I love this podcast because he had Miss Winter from Love and Marriage DC on the show. And boy, did it release some nuggets for us. I tell you, Carlos King knows how to ask the right question. But there was one question I wish he would have asked that he did not ask. But here is it. So, did you know Melody Holtz is the reason why, kind of the reason why, we all know who Winter Williams is? So apparently there was a filming for Love and Marriage DC, and Melody Holtz was going to be the crossover talent that came in and was going to be the speaker at Monique's event. Melody wasn't feeling well, wasn't able to make it, and Carlos King said, hey, Monique, let's push the event back and, so we can accommodate Melody, because he wanted her to be there as an introduction and to kind of make the link to Monique and launching of the extension of the franchise. Come to find out, Monique told Carlos, hey, I've already spent money on this event. We got to keep it going. I know someone who can come in as a speaker. Lo and behold, it was Winter Williams. Let me tell you, that is confirmation that when it is your season, and I hate to use a play on words because her name is Winter, but when it is your season, it will happen. All you have to do is be what? Ready, right? Preparation meeting opportunity equals success. So luckily, Winter had an authentic personality. She was working through her life. She was genuine in terms of sharing her life experience. And lo and behold, look what we have. Not only did she launch her reality career, she launched her musical career. It's just all falls into place, which tells you what? It is not about anybody else getting you there. It's about the moment that you're supposed to reach your destination. Anyhow, I kind of get off track, and I can't help it because I have to make sure I remind myself this is how it all works. Anyway, so Winter filmed that one episode at the event. We all saw it. It was at a makeup place, beauty place, some sort of place at a mall or something. It was a really beautiful event that Monique put on. And when she finished speaking, the producers invited her to film again from that one speaking engagement. They invited her to speak again 3 days later at the next time. Or not to speak again, to film again 3 days later, the next time the cast was going to be filming. And she said, sure, she would show up, and lo and behold, Carlos was there. And I guess she made such an impression for the producers that they wanted Carlos to see her in action. And that's how it all started. So if Melody Holtz was available, we wouldn't know Winter Williams. So, and Winter Williams saying, yes, I'll do it, opened up the door for her even greater, because she does say that she already had her businesses, and she's an entrepreneur, and she has a brand identity. She's been a public speaker for 10 years. But if she would have said no, she wouldn't have had a larger platform. Go figure. So that was interesting to me to know that Melody's no turned into Winter's yes. And I know all the women on Love and Marriage DC kind of hate the fact that happened, because she does feel that they all kind of rallied together against her, and she was surprised to hear Monique say they really weren't that close. But I remember in the dressing room, you could tell Monique was hot and already had a position and had already flipped on Winter. And she also says she believes that Monique is more interested in building her relationship with the Tylers and the Silvas than to maintaining the friendship that they've had for 15 years, which is quite interesting. Maybe because she felt burned some sort of way because she brought Winter onto the show and has to kind of repair her relationship with the couple since Winter kind of threw her under the bus. And check this out. So remember when Winter was getting dressed in the dressing room and they showed a note on her dress clipped with 2 binder clips. Winter revealed on Carlos's show that was her receipts. She had receipts she was ready to show, and she said it was pictures on one of the couples if they had gone too far. But because she decided it wouldn't be appropriate to do it because she knew it would be such an impact on national television, but she kept it there, and she was going to show it under her dress as a threat if they didn't back down. But she said when DJ Quicksilver got so intense with her and so disrespectful, yelling the B word towards her, even though he said it was for her friend, she said she felt very concerned and said, you know what, I'm not even going to show them that this is under my dress because things have already gone too far. And Carlos mentioned to her, we would never let anyone call you out of your name. We knew he was talking about your friend, and that's why we showed the scene where Chris was checking DJ Quicksilver, say, hey, man, this is a woman. This is not how you handle a woman. So that was interesting that she said she was ready to reveal the receipts. I mean, she is a friend of the show on her first season, and she came with receipts. Now, she purposely said she brought the friend of the show because she wanted to put the mark that even though she was titled a friend of the show, she brought the show. She brought all the drama to the show. So she wanted to make that point. But how about this? Even though she brought the drama to the show, after the reunion, she reached out to Erana to talk to her because she wanted to show her what people had been sending to her. And she invited Erana and Jamie to come sit with her because she wanted to share it with them after the show offline. And she said Erana never responded. Can you blame her? Do you think can you blame her? Would you respond if somebody said they had tea or dirt on your spouse? Probably not. Probably not, but that was pretty classy, I thought, to reach out and say, hey, this is what you're dealing with. I don't know who your enemies are, but this is what somebody sent me. And maybe her even looking at the information, she would know where that came from and who sent it to Winter. So, but, you can't blame her for not wanting to see what the receipts were, because maybe the receipts were from 20 years ago. Who knows? We'll never know. Well, that's not true, because reality TV, we will know, right? Let me tell you, the enemies sit and wait until your platform is large, or you are elevated, or you're doing well before they attack. Because you know what? Enemies have a lot of time on their hands. That's just the way life is. That's just the way life is. They always look for an opportunity to pull you down. So anyway, what was most interesting to me when Carlos asked Winter point blank, if you are given the opportunity to be a friend of the show, season 2, or a full cast member, which would you rather be? He says, if OWN gives us another season, which would you rather be? And she said, you know what? I've earned a full cast member. Good for you, Winter. Very good for you, because I thought during the reunion you said if you'd known all of this drama would have happened, you would have not signed on. So I'm glad you reevaluated that, because really you are the most interesting factor of the whole show. And you do it with class, because you could have shown the receipts and sealed the deal for yourself, right? Season 1, friend of the show, reunion. You could have shown the receipts. So I'm glad that you considered their families, but it's good to know that you're actually interested in returning as a full cast member. But be ready, because they're going to work all season to plot against you and make you the bad guy for the entire length of this franchise. Get ready. So it is interesting to see how this is all going to pan out and how Melody was actually the one who opened the door for Winter. Go figure. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Being ready is key. It is really, really key. So that's the little summation. I love knowing that she's still interested. Carlos King asked all the right questions. The only question I wish he would have asked was, For her single, did she decide to do it after the reunion, after the show, or has she always had in the back of her mind this song? She happened to hum something at the dinner and realized it could be a single. I'm kind of curious on how that all played out. What was that timeline? But let me tell you, it was genius of Winter to take that little nugget of her singing and make it a whole single. You talk about being ready, an opportunity, and the things all falling into place. Loved it. Anyway, signing off. Thanks for stopping by the boardroom. This is the Chatty Chairwoman. Bye-bye.